Hey everyone, Sunil here, and I really like old school black and white samurai films.
Classic. What's up, everybody? This is Yarrow, and I like fictional books about true stories.
Very nice. And instead of recommending things,
We're doing things.
so welcome to a new episode of Pop Culture Power Hour. So today, where are we, Yarrow?
Yeah, we're here at TIFF, and I'm actually very excited for that because it's my first time here.
Right? It's the TIFF Bell Lightbox downtown Toronto on King Street. It's one of my favorite places to go because it's a great hub of like classic cinema, new cinema, just like an interesting place to go and learn about the history of film.
Yeah, and it's very classic. You know, they even let you drink beer inside. So. That's
It's exciting.
Awesome.
But tonight, what we're here for is a screening of the film Rashomon, which is a 1950s Akira Kurosawa film about the complexities of human nature, and it kind of takes 4 different perspectives of telling one story. So I'm interested to see how they can kind of use different angles to show one complete story.
That's really cool. I'm excited about there's going to be a little cool kind of brain tickling event where Marlon James, who's a really cool Jamaican author who writes fictional books about cool stories that actually happened. I'm excited about one of his books called The Book of Seven Killings, which is actually about Bob Marley. So that's I'm very excited to see his take on this and what he's going to do with it.
That's really interesting, and I'm excited. This is the first Akira Kurosawa film I've seen on a big screen, so seeing his very much like camera work and angles, it is very modern, but seeing it on the big screen is very exciting for me.
And it's my first of those ever, so we'll see how it goes.
Ready to head to the movie, and we'll ask some questions after, so stay tuned for that.
All right, see you later.
The entire film moves.
Apparently has twice as many shots as a typical film.
That doesn't surprise me. Because it's such a kinetic film, even though it's about a very static subject. In fact, it's
Because everything took place in the past.
yeah, but also everything took place in the same scene, in the same set. It's how he gets that much out of one forest. It's because it really is for set pieces. It's a set piece. It in some ways you can see the Shakespeare in him. Even though this is not a Shakespeare story, you can see the whole him looking the sort of, here is a situation of drama. How can we bring movement into a scene that doesn't really change? And he really is the man. He's a master of movement. He has always been.
All right, and we just got out of the film Rashomon with an awesome talk by Marlon James. How did you enjoy it?
I loved it, man. I loved it. I thought the movie was fantastic. I wasn't expecting it to be as good at it as it was, and then the commentary later on, it was great publicity too, because I'm about to go read like 5 books right now on Marlon James. So yeah,
7 books to my to-read list.
Yeah. I'm like, I already have so many. But yeah, I loved it. What did you think about it?
Honestly, I just love the Kurosawa movie and just the way he puts the camera in different angles and shows you different cuts and different music. It just makes you really challenge the way you look at any movie you watch.
Okay, so I have a question for you, just kind of building up on that technicality part. Like, why do you think it's such a timeless movie? Like, what do you think it's brought to that world of cinema?
I think honestly, it's the way he pushes the camera in different ways. There's a lot of like tracking shots of the movie, but you can realize that it's not like modern times you have a stabilizer like we have right now. But he's really just like handheld, walking through really carefully, and it's just that care and passion kind of puts into the cinema, which I think is really, really cool. And you see it in every shot. Everything is framed so perfectly. And here's a response question for you.
Okay.
Everything is framed so well. There's something called deep focus that they use in the film a couple times. That's when you can see the foreground and the background in full at the same time. So what do you think that offers to the story of being able to, instead of having Kurosawa tell you what to look at, you kind of decide which part of the frame you're going to pay most attention to?
That's a great question. I didn't think I was going to be able to answer that the way it started, because I was like, man, I don't know nothing about deep focus. But yeah, thinking about it now, I think definitely that sense of depth, but also that closeness that it gives you. And in terms of the interpretation, like there's so many questions that are unanswered, and so much is left to you as like the viewer and as the public to decide like what this means for you. There's so much like I wasn't like you used to kind of sitting down and having everything being dictated to you,
Obviously.
but here there's so much option that you have, like what you choose to look at. It also reflects on who you are and how you feel about it, because first of all, there's so many different perspectives that they bring into it, but the fact that they give you the options to figure out how to sit in with it and also separate yourself from it, it's so nuanced. Like it kind of messes with your head in a cool way that I just loved it. I think it allows you to it forces you, not allows you to kind of make up your mind in a way. Yeah.
All right, give me your score out of 10.
I'd say 9, man. Like 9, blown away. I'm about to do so much research.
Just go deep.
Yeah. What about you?
All right, I think I'm at an 8. I don't think it's the best film, but there's a lot of interesting things coming out of it. Just the way he points the camera, the way that the music kind of flows. I think the favorite part of me is the kind of the gate at the beginning, middle, and the kind of surrounds the story in the way that it emphasizes it's metaphorical, it's literal, it's emotional, and it's just kind of so many different things that are trapped up in this one experience. It's kind of like a metaphor for the whole movie.
True. I just love the nuance and the fact that it was just left to you to decide what's gonna happen and how you feel about it. So
we got some recommendations for you next. But I think one thing we both gonna do is the Dark Star trilogy by Marlon James.
That's right.
It's like a retelling of like magic fantasy in African point of view with the mythology stuff.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. But what's your recommendation?
Well, it's a book actually I got for you guys this week. It's called The Compass of Pleasure. And it's very interesting. It's about, I think it ties into what we just saw with Rashomon in the sense that it kind of brings up all these facts of human nature.
Yeah.
But what I love about that is I love the science background of it. It's a neuroscience kind of research, and he puts it in very plain language. But it's just basically telling you about things like why we're addicted to certain stuff and why we crave things like food and certain psychoactive, like drugs and stuff like that, and what that does for us and why we need it so much. And I think it's interesting to kind of see that side of things after just having seen something like this, which shows you like those a lot of extremes in the human nature.
My recommendation is a podcast about the myths and legends of different mythologies. So everyone knows Greek, everyone knows Roman, everyone knows like Catholic and Norse, but the whole world has other myths and legends. So they go into like Korean stuff, African, which is obviously tied into the Dark Star trilogy, and a lot of cool stuff. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's downloaded on my phone. It's right about to get played, maybe on the bus ride home.
So it's on that threshold.
Myths and Legends, a podcast about the myths and legends of around the world. So where can they find you online?
Well, I'm on Instagram, Yerogasama, also on Snapchat at Yersunbaba.
There you go. And Twitter at Snail Mystery, and Instagram at Mystery Snail. That's it for this week, and as every week, Power Hour out.